Well, hello everyone. It's me again, and I'm back. I say back. I'm back for the first time in a long time. I haven't made a YouTube video since probably earlier this year, and right now it is December 31st, 2019, New Year's Eve. I know it's been a long time since I've done a YouTube video, mainly because I just really didn't get into it. But there have been a few people who have wanted me to make videos and come back and try and get back into it, so that's what I'm doing. And hopefully I'll stay into this. But anyway, there have been a lot of changes since the last time you saw me. Number one being the Farmall Regular. Let's see, the last time you saw it, it was fairly new to its running age, and we got tuned to the point where it was actually running pretty good. And it didn't have any tires on it. It was still that rust color, all that stuff. Well, now, number one has tires. Number two is not looking rusty anymore. And number three runs phenomenally. And yes, I did paint the thing. And I wasn't expecting to, but I ended up doing that. And it actually turned out really, really nice. So, yeah, I did it. I've pretty much completed the regular, finally. Now, the thing is, there's one major headache that I have to fix yet. And I'll see about addressing that today. But I guess for the most part, everything else besides the regular, the M and the H, the Farmall M and the Farmall H, those are pretty much the same. I did get two new additions to the family here, and I'll show you them in a little bit. But first and foremost, I need to give a huge shout out to two people, and a couple more actually, who I will name together. I need to give a huge shout out to Kenny Kizzle, and you can check out his channel in the description below. He has been a huge help to me over the course of the Farmall Regular project. I emailed him right when I got the tractor from my grandpa, because I saw that he was also redoing an F20 on YouTube. So I emailed him so I could get some help, and it ended up turning into a huge friendship that, I don't know, it just sprouted, and I'm really happy with him. I'm really happy with how things have turned out, and he's a really good friend, and thank you. And second, I need to give a huge shout out to Connor out at This Old Farm. You can check out his YouTube channel below in the description, below. And he's also been a really huge help and a really good friend over the course of the regular project. And thank you guys. And I wouldn't have gotten to YouTube without you guys. So you're going to keep me in shape. But check out their YouTube channels in the description below, and I guarantee you will not be disappointed by their content, because they are tractor-loving nuts like me. So, go check them out. You'll love it. And I also need to give a huge shout-out to the Ramsey Relics up in, based out of Now Then, Minnesota. But I know there are a lot of people from a lot of different places in that group. But Connor and Kenny are part of that group, and they got me in the group. So, it's been a lot of fun being and talking to them all the time. It's a real treat. And I also need to give them a huge shout out as well, again, because this August I took a trip up to Now Then, Minnesota to go to the Now Then Threshing Show for the first time and meet all them guys. And I cannot tell you how much fun I had. It was an absolute blast. And I'll put some footage in here from the threshing show, but I didn't get a whole lot, mainly because I just brought my phone. and my phone at that point was being pretty stupid and didn't have a lot of storage on it, which was kind of my fault. But I didn't get a lot of video of the threshing show, unfortunately. But I will be going there again next year, or this year, since it's next year, since it's going to be 2020. But I will be going there again and bringing the video camera with me. So
Connor is ahead of me right now. Driving the H, the front mounted cultivator on it. Getting ready for the parade lineup.
Man, I cannot tell you how much fun that was. All the different tractors, all the different people. I loved it. I can't wait to go back. So that's one thing I did over the course of like 8 months. Trying to think what else I can catch you up on other than showing you the regular and the 2 new editions. So I think I'll go ahead and do that. And I'll meet you out there.
All right, YouTube, we are out here at the side of the new 2 editions, and without further ado, meet the KCC, the 1938 KCC, and the Massey Harris 20, which I have already started taking apart. Now, I got both of these tractors at the same spot. located no more than 30 miles away from me to the south. And, well, I got him just west of Aurora, Nebraska, if you know where that is. Which you probably don't, but that's besides the point. But anyway, yep, these are the two new additions to the family here. And that's part of the KCC, which I also forgot to tell you about. But now, this tractor had been stored inside a barn for, the guy said, probably well over 50 years. It's long since seized. The guy wanted to rebuild it, which is why all this stuff is off of it. And I have it in the building over there. All the stuff, all the parts and everything. But he planned on rebuilding it and never really got to it. I took those covers off here, these two, to the bottom of the oil pan, and I will tell you, it is a really rusty. Like, it's wow rusty. But yeah, 1938 KCC. See if I can get a close-up of the tag here. You can see that real well. And yeah, there's that. And this tractor also has what's called a motor lift on it. You press down that button there with your foot, and this goes up and down when the PTO is engaged. And this is, it's a rusty old thing, but I'm really hoping to get it running, mainly because there's not a whole lot of CCs left, especially in this part of Nebraska. So apparently the guy said this has countless hours on it, so hopefully I'll be able to get it running. It's even got fenders. Mine don't have fenders. But anyway, that is the 1938 KCC. And we'll move on over to the Massey Harris 20, which honestly I do not know what year this tractor is, mainly because I can't find any numbers that match up with the serial tag, which is right down there. But yeah, this is the Massey Harris, which I've already started taking apart. I actually started taking this thing apart when it was still warm out. And I've had it tarped ever since I got all the pieces that I need replaced off and out. And now I just need to get parts for it. But basically what was all wrong with this one, or what's all wrong with this one, is that the engine was seized, and I ended up getting it free without taking the pistons out. And this tractor has a Continental F124 motor in the tractor itself, which is what powers the thing, of course. But what's wrong with it was I got it free, and I was thinking, oh yeah, this is going good, and maybe if I can get the thing to turn a whole revolution, I won't have to rebuild it. Well, that was some stupid thinking right there, because I tried turning it over, and I wasn't getting anywhere, and I was getting really frustrated to the point where I know you're gonna ridicule me for this, and I'm preparing myself for it, but I took a positive lead to a battery and hooked it up to the starter, and it spun over really fast, and it broke the camshaft. But I have since then, I've already got the replacement camshaft in there, and I will know to never do that again. Because, and the reason it busted, and maybe there are more reasons I don't know, but the main reason was all the valves were locked up and stuck. And since this is a flathead motor, and with all the valves stuck, it broke the cam. There was enough force that nothing was moving, and it broke the cam instead. Because, of course, when there's pressure and force, something else has to break loose. But, yeah, it was not a good deal. I was really kind of upset about it. Then again, I put myself in that position, so that was my fault. But since then, I have beat all of those valves out, and I actually had to cut some of them out. It was a really, really bad deal. I could not get them out. And I will say I'm not a huge fan of working on flathead motors with valves stuck in them because you cannot get them out. That is one major design flaw. You cannot get them out no matter what you do. You can pound on them so hard and they won't move. Unless I'm just doing it wrong, I don't know. But this is the first flathead motor I've worked on, so I'm still learning. But I did get them all out. And I now have to replace a couple cracked lifters from the cam busting, and then I'm going to replace the entire valve train, a couple valve springs, and then I'm going to haul this tractor up to a buddy of mine's place, and we're going to redo all the valve seats and get it up and running real nice. So that is the take on the Massey Harris 20. Also, when I first got this tractor, the steering was stuck on it, and I got that freed up. So there's that. Massey Harris 20, KCC. And then there's also another tractor who I have not named yet. Well, I think I did. That actually I have at the shop at school. It's my brother's tractor that he got from my grandfather as well. It's a 1950 Case DC tractor, which is pretty much the model after this one. And it pretty much looks like this as well, minus fenders, and it was a little more updated. But that tractor I'm working on for my brother at our shop at school for a project. And I've got the thing all torn down. I'll post some pictures here in the video about what it looks like and what all I've done and all that stuff. I've got it pretty much torn down as far as I'm going to tear it down. And like I've got the tractor split and everything. I'm rebuilding the motor. I'm rebuilding part of the transmission. Trying to get it work worthy. So, and that was also sitting outside for a long, long time. So there are these two tractors. I've addressed the Case DC, and now we will go take a look at the Farmall Regular, the 1928 Regular. So I'll be right back. All right, everyone. Here it is. Here is the Farmall Regular. Looks a lot different than when you last saw it, didn't you? There's been a lot of time and a lot of work that has gone into this tractor. And it's finally almost done. When I say almost, I still need to address the problem, but I'll do that in a minute. But anyway, here it is. Those round spokes really pop out. That red really pops out, and that gray. Oh my gosh, it's been a long, long time since it looked like this. And that's even the original mag. That's the E4A magneto. Actually, I sent this magneto off to Rudy Kalin over at rebuiltmags.com. And you guys really need to check out his website and confer with him if you have any magneto and even carburetor needs. He does both. Words. English is hard. He restores both. He restores magnetos of any type and carburetors of any type, and he is really, really good at what he does. Really good. So I'm quite happy with how this mag turned out. I actually did all the painting on it, the cosmetic work to save some money, but he did all the insides of it. Mainly because when I had the mag apart the first time and I put that new coil in there, that new armature, it would run decently well, and then there would be times where it would just not fire correctly. I could not figure it out, so that's why I sent it off to him up in Minnesota. And I want to say Elk River, Minnesota, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But pretty much what all got replaced. Replaced the coil, the condenser. Let's see. There was a bearing race that he fixed. I'm trying to think what else. He might have adjusted the points. I know he cleaned up the rotor and the distributor. And I can't remember. I'll probably put some sort of dealio on the video that shows what all got replaced. But yeah, check him out. He does a really, really good job, and it fires really, really well. So yeah, it's covered in bird crap right now because it's been sitting in the garage for quite a while. But it runs really, really well for how long it's been sitting. And yeah, it has a couple leaks, but then again, what tractor doesn't? And believe it or not, this tractor is now sitting in the same spot where it sat when it first got here, except turned around. But yeah, heck, you can even see that discoloration in the dirt, that dark stuff, and that stuff there. Hey, there's the old fan belt. That discoloration is the mouse crap that I pulled out of this thing, out of the belt housing when I was going through that 2 years ago. Yeah. Hasn't been cleaned up yet. But yeah, here's the almost completed Farmall. It'll normally start on about 3 cranks. 2 of them choke. And then you open up the choke, you set the mag, and then you easily just pop it right over once, and it'll fire off most cases, unless there's something else. I don't know. But one issue I do need to address today is the problem that I cannot seem to get any oil pressure up to the pressure gauge, which is on this side of the tractor. I can't get any oil pressure up to that gauge, and I know that gauge works because it's been on another tractor, so I know it works. But I can't figure it out. Oh, another thing. Replace the core. That's a brand new core, but I cannot figure out why I can't. Well, I think I might have figured out why I can't get any oil pressure up to this gauge. Because I can trace this line down to here, to this tree valve right here, or this tree connector right here. Because this other line runs up to the governor housing. Or no, it's this one. This one runs up to the governor housing. But yeah, we're still figuring out stuff. Actually, I can't tell if that's oil coming down that line. If it is, I'll be a pretty happy man. Nope. But I do need to go through that system. And I'll probably end up cutting the video off here pretty quick. After I get I am going to start this tractor for you. As much as you guys are going to ridicule me for, oh no, there's no oil going up to the governor housing or any going up to here, you don't know where it's going. I do know that the motor itself, the piston rods and bearings and all this, I know that is all getting oil because I have checked it. I have taken the oil pan off before to try and figure out, but I couldn't, and all the troughs were full of oil. So that is not a problem. And I have also blown out all those lines down there. All these lines, I've blown them all out. And there's nothing in them. So my last assumption to this problem is that the check valve, which I did not know existed at the time of when I was trying to figure this out, that the check valve itself on the oil pump has been left open or failed or something like that. So we're going to check that out and see if we can get this mystery solved. Also, ain't that fancy. But anyway, I think I'm going to try and start it up for you and see if we can get any fire. Or I know we'll get fire, but we'll see if we can get it started. Now I have to find a place to set up this camera because I'm just using my iPod, so bear with me for a minute. Alright, I think I've got you set up in a half-decent location. So I'm going to go through the procedure again for starting this thing up. And first and foremost, I'm going to take my oil can and oil the valve train here through these tappets up top. Couple squirts. Done. That is a manual. You have to oil those manually because that is not a pressurized system up there. So that is why you have to oil those manually. Set that down. And now we can start the actual procedure for starting, which now I have to turn the gas on. A second. I'm going to engage the impulse coupler on the magneto since it is a manual impulse. You probably heard that click. Now I'm going to choke it, pull it over twice. There's fuel, so I'm going to unchoke. I'm going to turn on the spark a little bit. Hopefully, she'll start. There you go. There it is. Running a little rough right now. It's got to warm up. Go ahead and get on the tractor now. If I can. All right. Adjust the idle valve on the carburetor. Anyway, there that is. Oh crap, I need to take the crank off the front. Bear with me a second. second, third gear. Just down and up. Turn around here. Brake. Now I gotta lock the front wheels, so bear with me a moment. Oh, look at that. The carburetor's freezing up a little bit. That just means it's tuned really well. To turn the wheels to engage that brake. Alright. Out of gear. Now I'm gonna idle it down. Through idle. Gonna go ahead and shut her off now. And that's all there is to it. Now, I'm going to shut the gas off. And there was the running regular. Now we're gonna see if we can, I'm gonna drain that oil when it's hot and see about checking that valve. So I think for at least this portion, this is gonna be kind of an intro video to the year, I guess. I won't get into the Farmall Regular in this video, but I'm gonna be making a video right after this, so you won't have to wait any. So I guess now all I can say is thanks for watching. I didn't do any retching in this video, but I will in a couple minutes. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you in the next one.